The first game ban pick is already underway, ladies and gentlemen. We already have the bans now. Remember, the bans are done off the game. So basically, we ask the team to ban, and we have the bans, so you don't see them. But we're going to go ahead and go over the bans. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the first game. Let's go.
Yes, so basically the bans were for 16-bit, it was an Oriana as well as a Cannon, and for Team Reborn, we've got a Wukong and a Kali. As for me, I can see that 16-bit doesn't really want to deal with a lot of CC in here. You know, the ultimates coming out from Oriana and Cannon. At the same time, Wukong and a Kali for Team Reborn. At the, same thing. They want to avoid the CC, and at the same time, the mobility coming out from the Akali. But what about you, Dave? What do you think about the bans of these teams that we've got for our first game?
Wukong is definitely one of the meta junglers at this point, and Wukong's initiation ability is second to none. Compared to a lot of junglers, for example, the meta popular junglers includes Lee Sin, and Lee Sin is not banned. We see Lee Sin have one of the lowest win rate throughout the entire tournament, or many competitive games that I've seen. Whereas Wukong, on the other hand, you have a more of the team fight presence. Vi, same thing. One is more single target. He's really good for early game skirmishes, early game pickups. But then this game, we talk to some other pro players, some other analysts. Wild Rift's pace a lot faster than the PC version of League. And then I think to adjust for that, team are now adjusting to composition that is more CC heavy, that is more team quad control heavy, and that's exactly why 16-bit banned Oriana and Cannon. Akali ban though, I think this is it's a respect ban. I know 16-bit have a really good Akali player called KR Best Mid. They're a mid laner. They changed to all Korean names, so I can't understand the names anymore.
Same.
But yeah, I believe it's a respect ban.
Yes, for sure. But at the same time, though, I think it's kind of hard to see as well the kind of priority picks that Team Reborn currently has in here. Because if you would take a look at the stats that we've had for the past few games that Team Reborn had, they don't really have that. Okay, we've picked Oriana already 3 times for the past few games that we did. But no, it's kind of, they are still kind of unpredictable. But the thing in here is that for these two teams, they're currently in the lower or in the lower or in the low ranking right now in their standings for Group C. And they definitely need to get this win for this game, so they're not going to be having that hard time later on when they get their last match in the next week. So but taking a look at the picks that we've had, what do you think so far about the composition of each team? Like, who do you think got the better advantage in terms of team fights and in terms of maybe split pushing?
I mean, if you look at 16, let's start with 16-bit gear. They have really big quad controller, really big wombo combo. Excuse me, Alistair with Yasuo. We don't see Yasuo that much. We saw it yesterday one time, and then it's brought to light today again by 16-bit gear. And we'll see how they pull it off. They're obviously Aurelion Sol being one of the most rotation heavy mid laner, because his wave clear is insane, and then he can just rotate right after he shoved the wave with skill 2. And then early game, they will definitely have a lead. But if you look at their opposition, Team Reborn right here, their composition is mainly focused on, I don't think their initiation is that good, but their early game skirmishes are really strong. Like we talk about Vi's single target, Lux damage is insane if you land that quad control, obviously. And the Lux is helping Zed right now clearing mid, because they know that Aurelion Sol can roll to the lane if given the opportunity, given the space, and they don't want to do that. So they're doing a 1-2-1 kind of lane separation. But you have a Misfortune currently in the Dragon lane going against Olaf himself. Actually,
these two teams we did, and these two teams we did not see an invade happening in the early stages of the game. But do you think that there was actually an early potential to go for an invade? I do not see it coming from the composition of Team Reborn though, because Vi definitely needs to get her ultimate first to successfully go for ganks or maybe for invades. But do you think that maybe 16-bit could have taken advantage? Oh, but hold the thought, because it's actually Vi. We were just talking about her. She's gonna get a kill down. I think that was down bottom part of the map. Just putting a lot of pressure down there.
Yep. First blood goes to Reborn. We're now taking a look of their POV right here. Unfortunately, we didn't catch the action that much. Again, we don't have the spectator mode just yet, so we're limited to the player's perspective. But obviously, it's a pretty good strategy from Reborn. They know Yasuo is really weak by himself, and his mobility is very conditional, as we mentioned. This hero, very skill, micro-intensive, meanwhile, a lot of action coming in from the bottom side of the map.
This is another 2v2 fight ongoing in here. All alone. What is that? Oh, Yasuo's gonna get another kill. An answer in here for the first blood coming up from Vi. But then again, the Zed. Kind of a pocket pick for most strategy right now. I think this is the 5th time that he just got picked in the whole tournament. But, it's still 100% win rate for that Zed for the totality of this tournament.
Yeah, and then Zed picking up those early kills is definitely really helpful. That teamfight did go to, I think, 3-2 to the favor of 16-bit. Definitely coming back a little bit from the early disadvantage from the Yasuo pick. Yasuo gets some kills back as well. Mid lane, just a little bit of wave clear right now. You see Aurelion Sol is definitely not going to be behind on wave clear. But the early rotation, the early strategy, Lux, the early strategy from Lux going mid helps that definitely is paying dividends to to their team right now. Because Zed is able to out-rotate an Aurelion Sol. I mean, that is just crazy. So I like this. I like what they're doing. We'll see how late game team fight, how that pans out. Because like I said, 16-bit does have a much bigger team fight presence with Alistar with the Yasuo combo.
Yeah, that's for sure. That's a lot of CC to deal with coming up from the Yasuo as well as the Alistars, to be specific. And of course, the displacement that the Lee Sin can do. But to help on this one, anyway, it's just a 3v3 in terms of kill score right now. And a lot of things can still happen. One turret down for both sides. But yeah, maybe we can talk about our mid laners in here. The what do you think that got the better advantage? Is it going to be the Asol or it's going to be Zed for you?
As I mentioned, I think Asol has, one-on-one wise, he has the advantage on wave clear, but then their opposition Reborn just kind of nullified that. Speaking of mid lane, a little bit of skirmish happening.
They're gonna be poking each other out, but I'm not sure if they're actually decisive about continuing that one. But look at that pulverize the bullet time coming out from the misfortune. They're gonna get one kill. The Zed is down, and they will continue to do so. In terms of punishing the members of Team Reborn, 2-man down decided Team Reborn, and this is a good space created for 16-bit to take that first dragon for themselves. Oh, but look at that! Lux gonna go for the ultimate, but then again, that was quite early, and more kills actually going on to 16-bit. What is happening, Dave?
So much action. Zach coming in with another ult. I don't think you're gonna find any kills right here with everybody ready. That was close though. But you saw the Wombo combo. Yesterday, I think I forgot which team pulled this off. They picked the Wombo combo. They picked the Malphite into Yasuo. Tried to pull the Wombo combo, but it never grouped. Now you see 16-bit gear go, woo, look at that! Flashing knight.
That was an answer for the kill that they've done for that Zed. But yeah, that was actually, I think that was a really decisive move coming from the side of 16-bit.
Yeah.
They just need to find that misposition coming from the side of Team Reborn, and they just gotta do that. And contest the dragon.
Yeah, a little bit of technical issues over there. But don't worry,
it's fine.
we're gonna quickly solve that problem.
It's kind of challenging for Dave to both cast and stream and control the overlays at the same time. But he's one talented man. So yeah, but okay. In here we can see somehow 16-bit is continuing to get more objectives from themselves. So sorry, I got a little bit confused as to where our perspective is already because of the names of the players. But yeah, where are we? Where are we already? Seems like this is still 16-bit dominating the game so far.
I mean, yep. Another kill though from 16-bit onto Lux. If they don't find a way to find those kills, 16-bit gear is going to dominate the team fights. We mentioned that with their presence, and I was just going to say that you saw it from the team fight that they did before the dragon. They got the dragon, Zach coming in, doing a little bit of combo, but nullified with Hourglass. Now he's in a little bit of trouble.
Here we go with a chase, but the backup is in there. Misfortune's gonna get one more kill, make it two, killing both the Zed and the Vi. But yeah, this is just them trying to take advantage of the early lead that they got right after taking both the
Yeah.
dragon as well as the mid lane turret. And taking down the mid lane turret definitely opens up the jungle camp of their opponent as well. So that's a lot of space created for themselves and gonna get this good position for the Rift Herald too. This is one free Rift Herald for them.
Yep. Again, they just do that combo over and over again. Yasuo is meant to be a split pusher. After he clears the wave, he just rotated team fights. You can see 16 big gear. They understand what they're doing. They understand the win condition of their comp, and they're executing those flawlessly. I really like to see this over and over. Like they're done this combo over and over again. The Alistar WQ combo into the Yasuo ult and into the bullet time from Misfortune. I mean, it's just look awesome because you don't do this very often in your own ranked games, and this is a pro team showing you how that combo looks like when it's done properly.
Yeah, for sure, the composition of Team 16-bit is kind of easy to execute. For the side of Team Reborn, you would want to make sure that at least the locks will be able to pull off, a set for the team. But it's hard because she's ranged, and at the same time, you really need to get that skill shot connect onto your opponent. But then again, as our viewers have mentioned in here, yes, you will notice they don't really have a marksman in their
Yeah.
lineup right now. We cannot see the items, so I'm not sure if the Lulu is actually the one building up as the ADC in here.
Oh, another skirmish bottom side.
Yes, indeed. We just can't see that clearly
can't
though,
see it.
but this is still 16-bit just pushing onto their, advantage. And I think they're not gonna let Team Reborn to get the farms that they need in the lanes and at the
No.
same time in the jungle camp, in their very own jungle camp as well. Because look at this, they're just taking away everything, every resources that Team Reborn can hopefully get for themselves. But no, they just don't allow that.
Team Reborn tried something new. Everybody noticed at this point that
Oh,
they
oh,
don't have
Vi.
a marksman. Vi might be on the wrong side of the map.
Yeah, he was actually trying to steal that mountain drake, but I don't think he's gonna make it out in here.
Trying to get away. Nope. He tried, but it didn't happen.
And yeah, this is gonna be another free Drake for the side of 16-bit, and the punishment is just here. It's quite hard now for Team Reborn to go for a combo back. Look what the Zed is actually doing down bot.
Yeah, split pushing. That's the same function. Zed and Yasuo have very similar functions, right? After their early game stages, they're just gonna go for split push all game because they're very strong. Oh, high ground towers though.
Oh, here we go. Inhibitor going down, and of course the super minions about to come out anytime soon. It's gonna be make it easier for the side of 16-bit to go for for some push in the upper part of the lane. And yeah, what are you thinking here? Maybe we can talk about how can potentially Team Reborn make a comeback in here because despite them having this score up against 16-bit, what do you think should Team Reborn do?
I don't know. I mean, they don't have a marksman. They don't have an ADC for late game skilling. All their heroes they're going through some interesting strategies here. I'm not going ADC. Have Lux mid initially to help with the Zed. Yasuo just got another kill on Zed. And
Oh man.
well, we just mentioned that this keep on happening where even though their team comp is strives on early game skirmishes and early game pickups, but they didn't open up the advantage. In fact, we saw like 1 or 2 kills, but that was it. And then it just go to the favor of 16-bit gear, and we see kills left and right around the map right now, just here and there. Even though we can't see the action of it, but yeah, at this point I really don't know. All the heroes that they have are kind of early game snowball heavy. Ooh, look at that.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. But yeah, I think it all started when the initiate coming out from the Alistar came out. The pulverize was connected onto the proper target, and it followed up with the bullet time of of Misfortune and the rest of the gang from the side of 16-bit, and they just capitalize on everything, taking
Yeah.
down both the dragon and the mid turret. That was
Ooh.
quite an early thing to lose, and here we go, more pressure coming in from the side of Team 16-bit. Unfortunately, the Misfortune is going to be taken down, so it's the Ace Soul, and yeah, they're quite pushing up to their limits. They're losing a lot of members in here. Could this be the potential comeback for Team Reborn, Dave?
Well, Olaf is still chasing. He might get the skill, and he's looking for another one. He does have the Ragnarok. A double kill, yeah. I mean, it seems like a tiny fluctuation. But then, again, I do think at this point of the game, 16-bit gear still have full control over the map. The teleport comes in. They try to get this Baron. Let's see this contest over the Baron first.
Yeah.
But if they get it, they might have a little bit more room to breathe. We shall find out. Already so coming in, though.
Oh, yes, indeed. And he's actually attempting to go for a steal and a kill. He's gonna get. Oh, Azel is just so massive right now. And of course, the backup cover for the Misfortune, as well as the said, did not allow Team Reborn to secure the Baron for themselves. And I think this is gonna be it, Dave. It is quite a fast-paced match. 12-minute game time, make it 13. And, the super minions are in there. They are well buffed. And I think this is gonna be it.
Yep. You see the already so pushing with the super minion. Look how many super minions are there. Just don't have to attack the base. The minions got it for you. So big win for 16-bit gear in game 1.
Yeah, there's no way to defend that base anymore. Even if that will have the anti-backdooring system, it's just way too massive. And yeah, so the MVP of the game. What can you say about the match, Dave?
I actually do not know how to comment it, because Team Reborn, if I were Team Reborn going against a team as strong as 16-bit gear, running through some interesting comp makes sense, because normal comps and you might already give up hope. Okay, there's no way for us to win that. So let's try something different. But then the something different obviously did not work. Like I said, they don't understand their comp win condition as well as the opposition did. The strength of 16-bit gear is not just the fact that this team plays really well with the comp they're giving to them. The most important thing is to understand the theory, the combination, the combos behind any composition they choose. So that's why it's strong. The synergy, the understanding of the game. And then they have Yasuo Alistar combo, they have the bullet time combo, and they layer it every single time. Every single team fight, every single dragon and Rift Herald team fight that we saw last game. It was just back to back that wombo combos over and over again.